This is Wealth for the Resistance. Um, we're going to go over what I've bought over the last, I don't know, several months. Just picking up pieces. I don't know. And this is kind of a showing of everything. It's not everything. I've got quite a bit more constitutional silver, and a lot of these I have multiples of. I'm just kind of showing the main stuff I buy, and I also want to go over a basic understanding of have a plan for when you and decide what kind of stacker you're going to be for that year or that set amount of time or your overall goal. I think you should kind of go over both, what your main goal is, what for stacking, and like if you're doing it for wealth preservation, it's going to be more about weight and then being able to flip that whenever it's time. So in that sense, you would want well-known stuff, whether you're buying rounds or you're buying, government coins like the American Eagles, or even I've got some Australian, but there's also they have the maple leaves. Recently, I've been with the price drop. I've been buying quite a bit of just rounds, and then when it dropped real low, just above 14 or right at $14, I bought those 10-ounce bars because I just couldn't help it. Price drop, and they have a low premium. You're going to have very low premium on those. Dollar over spot per ounce is what I paid for those. And then, when you're first getting in, I would highly recommend getting these constitutional silver, or what they call junk silver. You can pick dimes up for just over $1, depending on whatever spot is. And I get most of my stuff at a local coin dealer. So if you just don't buy coffee, you can go into a local coin dealer and buy some dimes and some quarters. I love to pick them up like that. Some places have better deals on them, so watch the price. These buffaloes, there's a lot of companies that make them. That's a great way to pick up an ounce. You pay low premium, $1, $1.50 over spot. I like to pick up, I just go see what they got in their bins, or look at interesting things, or I just ask them what they have new. Like these, I thought these were interesting. It's a $10 note, silver note. I believe this was put out by like a libertarian that was trying to push silver and make this a standard silver note. That's kind of cool. I'd buy most of mine at local dealers. Like this one, I would probably buy. There is a premium for the silver shield. I think that's Golden Mint. They put out a bunch of political, historical pieces. I saw this in a local shop, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get that. That's really cool. Just the concept of it. Looks like the maple leaf with cannabis leaf over it. The legalizer nature. And there are, I also saw these American Eagle copies. They are, if you look, they're thicker, and they're not as thick or as wide. They're a little, but they are a thicker coin on the side. And it's a full ounce of silver, but and there's some differences if you look at the flag, and I mean, but also it says coffee. It doesn't try to be a, you know, and I only paid $1 over spot, or $1.50 over spot or something for that one. Also, like this is minted up in Dallas. This is a Republic of Texas kind of coin or round. As remember the Alamo, fine silver, and then it has the that Lone Star. It's a nice coin. I really like that. I want to get more. That they are a little bit more, like $1.70, $1.75 over spot, but I love that. You just don't see that, and I hadn't seen it. I also pick up these silver bars, you know, when I don't see something that's just standing out. These are just, you know, I usually try to get one that's well known, you know, kind of, it would be recognized by anybody that deals in silver. This is one I pick up in just the loose bin for Alaska, North to the Future. I just couldn't help but buy that. And this is a Panama 1947. And I overpaid for this amount of weight, but here I just thought historically it's cool. That's just the collector in me. But for the most part, I try to get weight. That's the main thing. For as little over the spot price as possible. And that's my main goal. You know, you may want to go numismatic, or have a blend of numismatic and just silver weight. You know, when it comes down to it, if there is a big peak in silver, I don't think numismatic is going to be that big a deal. But you know, you also want this to be fun. You know, I don't want to see, you know, hundreds and hundreds or thousands of these American Eagles, and they're great, and it's a great store of wealth. It's recognized all over the world, especially in the U.S. I think it's, you know, that's not a bad way to go. But I don't know. You can get bored of just stacking those, you know. So, you know, I like to grab things when I go into the dealer. That's another thing I like to go into dealers, is because I can put my hands on it. You know, I can look at the different things, and I like to pick up things from like the 80s and 70s, and you know, if these are just rounds. When silver was getting bullish, and you had the Koch brothers, and you know, kind of pushing up silver. But you have to figure out what you want to do with your stack. What is it for? Long-term wealth preservation. You're trying to flip it. You know, if you're trying to flip silver, there's nothing like buying a bunch of 10-ounce bars, and whenever, especially when the price dips, and flip it. You know, that's another way with numismatic. You can flip it. Is you buy some, you know, like the pandas. I don't have any. It's really not my kind of thing. But the pandas you can buy, and then 2-3 years go by, or sometimes even less, and you know, you look, and their value's gone up significantly. So, you know, you can flip it that way too. Same thing with these. These are limited mints. You know, they do pre-orders, and they only mint so many. Very small batches usually. There's some that are micro batches, and they cost a lot, like $40-50 for the coin get-go. That's that silver shield from Golden State Mint. But then they have bigger runs, but they're still in the thousands. You know, that's it. You can go look back on these coins, and they're going 60, 70, $80. You know, sometimes more. Especially on on those really limited runs. This video's getting a little long, but I'll try to edit it down. But that's kind of my take. I like a good diverse, mix of silver, and usually mostly rounds. That's almost every time I go, I get rounds and or little bars. That's usually what I'm buying on every other week. I get paid every other week, and I pick something up. If I have quite a bit of extra money, I will throw more at it than others, and if I make some side money, I usually try to put 20-30% of that side money or more towards silver. I see this as wealth preservation, and I can leverage this at some point. I can, I can sell it and flip it, but I think ideally I would leverage this, get loans against it, buy stuff on pennies on the dollar, where it be businesses. When the economy goes to hell, this silver will be worth a lot. It will hold my wealth. It'll buy what I bought. Its buying power will stay the same. In my personal opinion, that's the way history kind of puts it. And it's the cheap man's gold. And I think there's more room for growth in silver, personally. The way, especially you have a big gap of 80 to 90 ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold. That should be 16 to 10 ounces to gold. That's where we should be, especially since this metal is used industrially in phones and all kinds of technologies as a conductor. Silver is way underpriced. But I think anybody that holds some silver in their portfolio is very smart. It's a great way, and it's fun. You're especially a lot of these pieces that have like historical kind of memories on them. You get to look back and share that with anybody you show your stack to. Thanks everybody for watching. Kind of rambled on, but I'm just kind of going over my strategies, and you need to think about your strategy and strategize how you're going to sell it when you buy a piece. That's the main thing, and what your goal for that is, that particular piece, and have fun.